What is up, everybody, and welcome to Best Ball Live, brought to you by DraftKings. I'm your host, Connor Allen from 4 for 4, and joining me today is a friend in real life and a guy who nearly shipped Best Ball Mania last year, Chris Carlton. Chris, how has the offseason treated you? And more importantly, how many best ball drafts deep are you so far?
What's up, man? So far, so good. Just trying not to punt away all my winnings on some MLB DFS here. Ready to just launch into as many DraftKings drafts as possible. I think I'm probably I don't know, I got like 60 or 70 slow drafts going on right now at once. So it's just constantly on the clock.
Oh man, just a true sicko, and that's why I wanted to have you on. So I've had on a lot of content guys who just have great tidbits, great stats, and are just I don't know if media train's the right word, but absolutely, very, very strong on the mic, but haven't won anything massive. That's the key here. Is Chris, is a true grinder, someone who's deep in the DFS streets, deep in the best ball streets. So I remember you said, I think you made one show appearance before, if I remember correctly. But if this is your first, it's an honor. I don't remember exactly how many you've done before.
Yeah, I went on ship chasing right after BBM, but outside of that, this is first stream draft. So definitely an honor to be on with you.
Let's go. All right, sweet. So yeah, today Chris and I will be drafting a DraftKings best ball team in their massive contest, 15 million total prizes, including 2 million to first place. As always, like to get it out there. We will be splitting the winnings where it goes. So million each, that'd be pretty nice. And look at that. People are firing out here. We got a stochastic logo in here. I think we have pick 11. I haven't drafted that often from the back of the board here. I guess before we, pick in our first spot here, do you prefer the front, the middle, the back so far in early drafts, or just no preference at all?
I think definitely on DraftKings, so the back of the draft, you double tap two of those good receivers right there at the end. I feel like it's a pretty flat tier after 5, maybe 6, and then just kind of all intermingled after that. But I think you can make a good argument for just about anyone in the first round.
Yeah, I think it's a really stacked year of just talent overall. I mean, I feel really good about most of the guys in the first round. I wouldn't say there's anyone I'm necessarily fading. And even in the second round, I think there's guys that I'm going to have a little bit less exposure to, a little bit more, but overall pretty flat. Ideally, I just haven't had that many picks in the 11. I've had a lot of 4 through 6, which has been fine. So, and also for the listeners, key differences here between DraftKings and other sites: full PPR. You can also start 3 wide receivers in a flex, 20 rounds, not 18. And as a reminder, this is best ball, so we draft the team, don't have to touch it. No roster management, no trades, no ads, drops, etc. And since it's best ball week, DraftKings right now is doing a draft one, get one offer. Enter a lineup in the $15 million contest like we are for just $20. And you score another best ball ticket to play for free for your share of $15 million. And on top of that, they're giving you tickets here for the $3 contest. It's if you draft one today, you get 2 tickets for the $3 contest that they have as well. So DraftKings is just giving away tickets right now, and it is. There's no better time to draft. I've just been firing off as many best balls and slow drafts as I can at this point. And I had a bunch in the 4th round here that when the Worthy Rashee Rice news broke. Is that about where you'd take Worthy at this point, or higher, lower? I've seen really all over the place, to be honest.
Worthy, I think maybe a slight bump. I mean, I don't know that he's going to get some huge suspension here. Maybe I don't know. I would 4 to 6 games, maybe the max. But I mean, at the end of the day, you need the nuts in week 17. So, and Rashee Rice can be back by then. Maybe he's not even full health by week 4. Who knows? So, I don't know if it would change a ton off that, but
it is really tough because you think about Xavier Worthy last year. He really started off in kind of a weird role, didn't do much, and then as Rice went down, Juju Smith-Schuster wasn't doing much. He kind of consumed some of the role that we saw from Rice early on in the year. And so I think that giving him a couple game head start, maybe it's 3, 4, 5, somewhere in that range, 6 even, to kind of have that role. I'm not sure if that goes away if he's playing really well. So that kind of makes me Worthy a little bit more in that early 4th, maybe even late 3rd round in that spot here. So I think that's kind of interesting. All right, we are almost on the clock here. Pretty standard-ish, I would say, through 8 picks. Any of these receivers stand out, I'm honestly fine with any of these guys.
Any of those top 3 are good for me. I'd probably go Neighbors, then Nico, then Brian Thomas, then Amon-Ra, but I mean, dealer's choice. I don't think you can really go wrong there.
Well, Amon-Ra just went, so that's perfect for us. We get one of Neighbors and Nico. All right, Nico went, so let's go Neighbors here, you think?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go with Neighbors. I think Neighbors has some sneaky. I mean, not even sneaky, but he has a lot of upside this year. All right, well, we can talk about that in a second. We got one more pick on the clock.
I'm either Genty or A-Chain here. Oh.
I don't have as much A-Chain as I want, so I think we go there. I think that's a good spot for him to go. I've seen a lot of people talk about how, Tua wants to speed up his throwing time. He wants to make it even quicker, even after being one of the league leaders. Yeah, like how is it even possible? But that means more A-Chain, more design targets for Tyreek. I think the person they need to do the opposite. They need to get their offensive line fixed and open up deep so that way the underneath shit actually works. But hey, I'm not the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. So
yeah, you just gonna be a hyper concentrated offense. I mean, 3 guys who just dumped away Jonnu. I mean, maybe their tight end's not on the roster right now. You can't be Waller, you'd think. That seemed like it couldn't even be real news when it broke. But
some people were taking it as real news, and I will have 0% exposure to him at any price. I just can't imagine him doing anything.
I will sooner pay to listen to one of his rap songs on Spotify than I will draft him on a best ball team.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I forgot that he had that little foray as a rapper there. Is he still making music, or is that when was his last single? Is this should we pull this up midstream here?
Yeah. Getting him, AB, and Love Bell going at once.
All right, yeah. Oh man, he's got a lot of songs.
Oh wow.
Streets Get Cold from 2025. That's one of the latest. So interesting there. All right, so we talked about Rice, Worthy. I guess we talked about Worthy. What would you do with Rashee Rice? I think you and I were going back and forth on it via text a little bit. I think I'm a little bit lower / a little more scared than you are, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts on where you think he should go.
Yeah, I think you don't want to overpay in spots like this. Just kind of let him fall where he does, and I'll probably still have some. I'm not going to go crazy and buy the dip, so to say, but I'm not super worried about it just from the sense of, like I said, maybe he's not 100% healthy yet. They're going to ramp him up slow anyways, and week 17 is the money week, so that's more what I care about then. Especially with DraftKings, you can just slam wide receivers and really make up for that, and then just have a great team down the line.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, I think that's an interesting point. I fired up a draft earlier, and he went 310 still. I think I would start to consider him in the mid to late fourth. I feel like that makes sense. But I just 310 is still tough. I think there's just so many good players that 3 games, no problem. You're almost certainly can overcome that. Zero problems. But 6 games, that's almost half the best ball regular season. It's tough.
6 is tough. Especially today, the ADPs probably hasn't changed that much. A couple days from now, and people start reading the news, and maybe it falls a little more, not quite as reactionary, but
yeah. I also, we talk about every time we come on here. There's almost always 1 or 2 people in these DraftKings rooms that I question some of their picks. Terry at 211 seems a little rich from TJ Money. Are you in on Terry this year? That seems a little tough.
I think he's part of that flat wide receiver tier, kind of with the Wilson, JSN. I definitely would not have taken him ahead of JSN, Wilson, probably, or Jacobs, or T for that matter. But
right. So we're coming up here in 4 picks. This is kind of an interesting zone. Lamar's still there if we wanted to get one of the top quarterbacks. I think I've been spraying some Devontae. He just went. Kyron, it seems like they're trying to sign him to another long-term contract or to a contract, which makes me bullish that they're actually going to keep feeding him basically, and just or at least mostly, maybe not quite the workload, but pretty similar. Any thoughts here, Marv, Brees? I think all these guys are very in play.
Yeah. I think we want to go Marv here just because after that, I don't know that I'm in on DJ Moore this year, and then it drops down DK Metcalf, and then we're not going to another pick again until it comes all the way back around. So I think we're a little bit boxed in here, to be honest. But
yeah, I think Marv's a good look. And then I don't mind Kittle, someone like Kittle on the wrap. The more I think about it, the more I kind of want to be in on DJ Moore. I think that there's a lot of outside think, group think on Kittle goes. Um,
I would have gone Kittle for sure.
yeah, I think that would have been the move. You're not enough DJ Moore. Who would you go here? Would you go Hampton, Metcalf? I mean, I think Worthy starts to be in play in a couple picks.
I mean, you're the Bears guy. If we're in on DJ Moore, then let's rip it.
I say let's rip DJ Moore. All right, so hear me out. So, I mean, DJ Moore has basically produced his entire career with whatever. Like, I think that the body language shit was really bad last year. I think he the whole offense is really bad, and I don't think anyone excused that. And that was like addressed in the offseason year. But he's their most talented wideout. He's consistently produced with like subpar situations. And if we're expecting the Bears and Justin Fields to make a leap, like, I mean, last year, if you think about like the Lions, like we've seen Amon-Ra eat, Jameson eats, Sam Laporta, like, and it's not like you're paying a second round pick for one of these guys. Like you're getting a guy who's super explosive, like right after the Lions' second option, and Jameson, right before Jameson wins the second option. So I don't know. I think it's kind of an interesting point of like he could very well still be the alpha. Like we have no idea if Rome Odunze is good. We have no idea. Like Luther Burden's probably going to be like miss some time. Colston Loveland is still injured. Like I like the more that I think about DJ Moore, the more I think, all right, well, I feel like a 4th round pick is probably too low for a guy that he might not be consistent, but like he's going to have some just insane games, I think.
Yeah, I can definitely get that argument. I guess I don't know that it's a binary in or out on the rest of them, but I think it's kind of a pick 3 situation.
Yep.
All of them are going to, I mean, maybe they're all small wins, but for DJ Moore to be one of the guys you need for this season, I think it's really tough for Luther Burden or anyone else to have a huge impact just jumping right in. But, I mean, if he starts slow and they just wrap him in as a gadget guy, then definitely some extra stuff.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. I think we're missing some key information, which like training camp here, like that's going to probably tell us a lot about who's playing where, what's going on. Like, is he in the slot? Is he out wide? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah.
And we have some questions here from the chat. Tim said, long-time listener, first-time caller. Question for Chris. How many slow drafts is it responsible to have at once?
I mean, combined on all the sites, I think I'm probably at like 150 of them right now, and it's absolutely brutal. My slow draft advice will be to not join any slows in the last 2 weeks of the season. I've made that mistake before, and then just drops down to minute-long clocks, and I just have to take a day of PTO. Like I can't do all these.
Just a day of PTO just to draft. What do you like? Do you give your company an actual excuse, or do you just say like I'm just taking off? Like I got something else, doctor's appointment, something like that?
No, I'll just take an actual day. Just be like, all right, I'm not coming in today, guys. I'll go a day of PTO. It's fine.
Oh man. Tim also said, how many shares of Tutu Atwell do you have? That's
absolutely 0.
Oh man, yeah. Someone made the case that Jordan Whittington is probably a better pick than Tutu Atwell, just like contingent upside wise, and I didn't really disagree, to be honest. I think that's kind of made sense. We got another one here. George in Rhode Island said Bears QB Justin Fields making a huge leap this year. Not quite a Bears QB anymore, but I appreciate the comment. I bet him 1,000+ rushing yards on the Jets today. For fun, it was like 5-1, something like that. I think it's kind of a fun.
Can't really throw, so they got to do something.
I mean, yeah, like literally, it's like Alan Lazard, Josh Reynolds, Mason Taylor, and then Garrett Wilson, obviously. So,
future Steeler Alan Lazard.
He has to be. Like I was doing a Jet stack earlier, so I did like Wilson, Fields, and I didn't take Lazard because I just assumed he's going to get like cut or traded. Like I think it's just like a certainty. It feels like 5 picks away. And I think there's some great receivers here. I don't know. I mean, I'm interested in your thoughts in this range and what that looks like for you.
Yeah, I'm definitely on board with that thought process here. We'll let a couple more picks go by as no one snipes us here, but
yeah, we don't want any screen sniping. I stuck Waddle when I think that he wasn't upgraded enough. Plus, we already had A-Chain, so that would have been kind of a nice little, maybe Dolphin stack. Let's see here. Yeah, I think. I mean, I gotta get your thoughts here in a second, and we'll let the clock go by here on some of these guys. So there's a lot of polarizing players. Harvey, Henderson. I mean, Travis Hunter was the one I was mainly going to ask you about. Is the Travis Hunter divide, because it seems like people are either very in on him and think he's like a league-winning upside player, or just he's like a total wasted pick in the 5th round, basically.
I mean, I don't think you trade up and say you're going to play him on offense, then play him 50% of the snaps. I don't know. That just seems like I don't know. I can't see that being the way it runs out. I've been taking him. I don't know that I'm going out of my way to get like super overexposed, but if I'm at like 12, 15%, it'll be perfect for me.
All right, we're on the clock. 10 seconds.
Probably here. What do you think?
You say Zay?
Yeah.
All right, let's do Zay. So we're at 1 running back, and then we got 4 wide receivers: Neighbors, Harrison, DJ Moore, Zay. I mean, this is about, I would say, the majority of my builds look like, honestly, through 5-6 rounds in DraftKings. Just maybe 1 running back, sometimes 2, but very rarely, and then just a bunch of wideouts. I think Henderson and Harvey are both kind of fun, like as like upside plays at this point. But I'm also fine with like, I mean, we already have DJ Moore. Adding Rome would be interesting if we wanted to do a Bears stack. I don't know. There's a lot of different directions we can go here.
Yeah, I could be sold Walker, Henderson, or Harvey here, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Walker has a ton of juice too. We'd be getting him 10 spots past ADP, basically. So,
yeah, I mean, this is going to be such a cop-out answer, but I'm going to draft 700 of these, so when I can get 10 spots of ADP value, they just always kind of take it. But for the purposes of this, I mean, I'm good with any of those 3, really.
All right. Well, I'm going to draft a lot too, so let's go with Walker. I know it is kind of cop-out answer. I think he does have juice. I think he's like a perfect best ball player. But I also think so do Henderson and Harvey. Like I think both of them have like a ton of upside, good standalone value, and like massive upside. So I don't know, any hardcore Walker takes, or is it kind of just like spraying exposure in this range? Probably
at this point, just kind of spreading exposure. I don't know that I am 100% in on the Harvey price here. It feels a little bit rich to me. I mean, if you believe that Sean Payton actually thinks Jaleel McLaughlin is his guy, then I guess it's definitely overpriced. I mean, if he's going to use 3 guys, then I think it's pretty rich. But if you think it's going to condense a little bit more and he's going to get some of the goal line shots, then sure.
Yeah, I think I would be pretty surprised if Jaleel plays much, if at all, to be honest. But yeah, I would be pretty surprised at that. I think the bigger question is like how much early down and goal line work does Dobbins take, right? Like,
right.
Because if he's in like the, 5 to 7 carry range, that's no worries at all. And Harvey's probably going to have an awesome season. If he's in like the 9 to 13 carries a game, Harvey's going to have to make up a lot of ground on like pass catching work. And that's like, again, if Jaleel plays at all, that's another section there. But I mean, Jaleel was just so bad. Like they all stunk. Like they were just so bad. And like, I just can't envision them playing too much Jaleel or Estime or Bidet or any of those guys.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on what you think they're going to do with the 3rd down goal line stuff. If Harvey's just the between the 20s guy, then it's kind of a lot of empty touches, but
yeah,
we'll see. If I remember correctly, he's not the greatest pass blocker either, but
yeah, he's just explosive basically. So yeah, he's another guy that I think like training camp is probably going to be pretty telling of like, what his usage is, when he's running with the ones, who's running with the ones, things of that sort. So, I mean, 6'10", I would be interested at this point, like where he went. I'm still DeAndre Swift's price has climbed a lot. I'm still worried. Like the last time that we saw Ben Johnson and Swift together, like Jamal Williams had 250 carries and Swift was like basically a change of pace back. And DeAndre Swift was like way better than Jamal Williams at that time. He just like didn't seem all that interested. Now the Bears have added no one. They just have Roschon Johnson and didn't sign Chubb or Dobbins, who I thought that they were going to. So have you been taking more Swift, or just like did you take a bunch before his? I mean, he was going like the 8th round for a while.
I haven't really been. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I have a huge Swift take. Like you, I was a little bit apprehensive for a while, but
yeah.
At this point, I mean, I think they're pretty set unless they're going to pick up some dust ball that we're not thinking about, I guess. So I think it just kind of is what it is. I can't see them just slamming Roschon a bunch of times, but maybe.
Yeah, I loved Silva's take that because Alvin Kamara threw out the first pitch.
I heard that. Yeah,
the Cubs game. I thought that was hilarious. Like, are they going to trade for Alvin Kamara? I mean, that wouldn't be surprising considering the Saints roster. And I think the Bears want to add another guy. It's like they traded down 3 times after a running back was selected before them in the draft.
Right.
And so I think they had intention of taking running backs. It's just now they're just there. They're stuck with DeAndre Swift. All right, let's see here. We were up in a couple
Little,
picks here.
little Kyle Mungon guy in the last round by Rutgers or something.
I don't know. Did you watch college football, right? Like, is that guy any good?
He's a grinder. He probably won't make the team, but we'll see.
Like
you said, it's hard to know without training camp. I feel like I've been drafting the same team over and over and over again with no real news or reason for why guys should move up or down. So
yeah, same. I was checking my exposure, and I've gotten way too aggressive on a couple of guys that I'm just like picking every time, and I just need to not do that. So hopefully get some news here. I mean, Jordan Addison's probably gonna be suspended for 1 to 3 games. His price hasn't moved much. He just went. I saw Rich Rebar talk about Olave today. I think Caleb Johnson could get some run, but we talked about maybe lacks too much upside. Stephon Diggs, I think could be a really good pick if he's not just ripping Tussie every weekend on a boat. I mean, there's a lot of guys with upside with like questionable floors in this range, but I don't know if you have any thoughts here. I think they're all pretty similar to me.
Yeah, I'm either Olave or Diggs here. The Shakir price I can't get behind at all. That feels like the most floor pick of all time. Olave, I mean, you see the ceiling there. It's if Shook's any good, then they're going to cook a little bit, but that offense could just have the bottom fall out again. I like Diggs too, just for the sake of it. It gives me May on the backside, but I could go either way here.
That's true. I mean, let's see here. Does the guy on the turn? I think we can go either way. Let's go Olave first. Maybe Diggs comes back to us. We could do that. If not, I've been taking some more Jaden Reed. I think Pollard's a good pick in this range. We're kind of like pretty even, so we could really go wherever. I think you're a Pollard guy, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm definitely in on Pollard this year. I think Pollard and Spears, the whole Titans offense, I think. I mean, the Derrick Henry jersey behind me might get, I'm a little bit of a homer, but I think they're definitely going to be a little more paced up this year. I mean, they're playing with Surrender Cooper, Will Levis, and I think we're going to see them open it up a little bit more.
We're on the clock. 10 seconds left. Diggs or Pollard?
Let's go Pollard.
All right, even build. I like it. You're keeping me grounded here. I might have just said YOLO and said rip Diggs again. I do like you can stack the Patriots so late. Like it's like Diggs. You can get May, Kyle Williams. You can get Hunter Henry late. Like that. There's like a very easy stack that's like I think really strong. Sorry, I interrupted your Pollard take though. When we're on the clock, I have to interrupt sometimes because I've auto picked players before because I was being too polite and letting the guests go, and then I was like, wait, I should have just been a dick and just interrupted them. So, all right. Anyways, you're saying about the Titans. I think
I just think they're going to be a little more paced up this year, and they're not being priced like they're going to be super paced up. So, Cam Ward's getting absolutely no hype at all. Like I don't know. Bryce Young was going way higher. Year's first overall pick. Caleb was going way higher. I mean, for good reason, obviously. They're much more highly touted first overall picks, but I think we could see that offense change quite a bit.
Have you been doing some like backdoor Titan stacks like Cam Ward? I mean, have you drafted like Ellick or like Chig or anyone like that? Or have you just been like anytime you take Ridley, you're trying to get Cam as like a third quarterback, basically?
No Chig, really. I'll take some Ellick in the back end. We'll see. I think that's one of the ones I'll wait to go really in on until training camp. If he's just absolutely buried out there, then I don't want to have a bunch of dead roster spots. But it sounds pretty bullish so far anyways. A little bit of a drum there.
Yeah, like early OTA mini camp reports where that he looked good. I mean, I have no idea what to do with those most of the time. We need training camp so bad. I mean, we're running off nothing.
I'll take any little bit of news right now.
Yeah. Are there any players that you think, like, because obviously training camp is going to shoot up some like skyrocket ADPs. Is there any guys that you're like, this guy could just like go from like a 14th round pick to like a 8th round or 10th round pick in training camp? Or even because I think this is like a prime range here, like of those kinds of guys that could go from like 9th, 10th round picks to like shoot up 3-4 rounds, like Jaden Higgins, Tyler Warren, Cam Scatterbo, or Tyler Tracy. Like there's a lot of these guys in this range. Like any favorites here, or we can also get there when we get there. That's also fun.
I got one that's a round or two later. We'll get there when we get there, I think. But definitely Scatterbo, I definitely think could skyrocket up. I mean, if we see he's completely taken over Tracy and Tracy's more of the change of pace guy, Scatterbo's in there on the passing downs, then I think that's a guy that rises a couple rounds for sure. Higgins, I feel like people kind of priced that in already. I don't know how much higher he can really go. I think people kind of expect him to be the 2 there already. I don't know. But I guess all it takes is one flashy catch and he goes up around. So
Yeah, it's tough because like last year it was like Diggs, Dell, Nico, we're all going in the top 5 rounds, and now you just have Nico and then Jaden Higgins in like the 10th round and Christian Kirk in like the 14th round, 13th round. So like one of the prices were probably wrong. Maybe Higgins just stinks. Maybe Kirk's dust. That's also all possible too, because like we felt pretty good about Diggs and Dell being just like legit good players and target earners last year. So I think that's partially the ADP difference, but also it's like we just haven't. I'm not sure that he's like he could go much higher, but like to your point, but I think maybe 9th, 8th round could make sense. All right, we're up in 3 picks. We are in that range. We have 3 running backs, 5 wide receivers, nothing at quarterback or tight end. Stack wise, it looks like Kyler's gone. Caleb is gone. Let's see here. So we're gonna have to probably do some backdoor
I think you
stack.
got Caleb right there.
Oh, I guess Caleb's still here, actually. No, is Caleb still there if you wanted to go that direction? I don't know. If you have any other interesting thoughts here, Scatabo is still here. Like, there's a lot of good players here.
I think I'm probably Caleb or Higgins here just to set us up with that Stroud like you were talking about. But
yeah, I think that could make a lot of sense.
I'm not afraid of drafting Daniel Jones. I think Anthony Richardson might just be dust. But
I've done some Tyler Warren or like Downs, Warren, Daniel Jones stacks, which is I've done some really gross stacks because like on DraftKings there's so many rounds that like I don't know. I've been plugging in the 3rd quarterback and sometimes I'm not ashamed. I've done some Jackson Dart stacks. All right, do you want to go Caleb or Higgins here?
I think we got to go Caleb and not risk it.
Yeah, I think we go Caleb and then maybe Higgins comes back and then we can also add in. Hopefully we can get like a Loveland on the next wrap, probably on the back half there. Maybe Luther Burden if we want to as well, and just start stacking some Bears. I swear, I think I'm wearing a Bears hat right now. Yeah, I am. I'm not a homer, but we can draft some Titans for you later. Okay, Higgins went, so we're kind of in a weird spot here.
What do you think about Drake May here? Set us up for that backdoor.
Okay, you want to go Drake May, and we could go with like Kyle Williams, Hunter Henry later, basically.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, the buys are good. All right, cool. Let's do it. Why not?
And these DraftKings, you just get boxed out of QB so fast. I mean, we almost happened to us here. So
literally, yeah. Because if we
went on the turn,
if we went one more like round without taking quarterback, I mean, we're just basically in a really bad. I mean, right after this, look, Love and Herbert both go. Like you're just, you've done enough drafts. We're just in a real tough spot if you don't get any quarterbacks. Because then you're in this like kind of range. I like Stafford. I think he's interesting. Bryce Young, same thing, is fine. But beyond that, I mean, talking about like Cam Ward maybe, or just some like real gross stacks of guys you don't even know if they're going to play the whole year. And you need 3, so it's not a good spot to be in. But I was saying that I've taken some. Have you taken any Jackson Dart stacks, or is that like, am I out of my mind? I've done some Dart stuff.
I'm out on Jackson Dart stacks.
What?
No.
Oh. All right.
I mean, I guess if you've got neighbors or something like that. I don't know that I'm trying to stack up Jackson Dart with like Wandale or Steve or Slayton or something like that. But I don't know, crazy things.
I feel pretty good that Jackson Dart is going to start at least half the season, in the second half of the season when it matters most. So it's only been in like dire situations. Like, I just totally missed the quarterback turn. It's basically like Aaron Rodgers or Tyler Shugg or, Jackson Dart.
I mean, definitely the upside swing there for sure, but I'm not above taking some Aaron Rodgers.
I've taken a lot of Aaron Rodgers too, actually. Like I think they're going to throw the ball kind of a sneaky amount just because Rodgers is going to just like change the play at the line and do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, are they going to run the Arthur Smith offense or the Aaron Rodgers run my legacy up offense, jack my stats up, throw every time from the 2-yard line? I don't know. Obviously,
I think that's
takes there, but
like you think that. Oh, it also depends how much you trust his running backs. Like if for some reason, like, I mean, yeah, he's not going to trust Caleb Johnson and Jalen Warren to like pound it in from like short distance situations. So like it's going to be like slants on whatever 3rd down and 2, 3rd down and 3.
Mhm.
Arthur Smith can call whatever he wants. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to check out of that shit and just play whatever he wants. I mean, we
You're going
saw.
to passes to Johnu all day.
Yes, yes, yeah. Jonnu and Fryermuth are both going to have some games where they pop off and then also have like one target the next week. So
Yeah.
that'll be fun in non-best ball, I'm sure. All right, let's hear. We could. I think we're in an interesting spot here. We're like, let's hear, 10 picks away, maybe 8 or 9 picks away at this point. We have Drake May, Caleb Williams. So we could. I mean, Luther. Did someone take Loveland already? What asshole? Who did this? Yeah, someone took. Oh, someone took Loveland before we even took May.
It's wild.
Wow, I must have missed that. Did you see that?
Maybe that was the Bears Fields guy in the chat trying to stack up Fields and Loveland there.
It probably is. What? That's funny there. Sweet Jimmy over here. See, Sweet Jimmy 73 did not want us to have the Caleb Loveland stack. All right, I think probably one of these picks should be. I mean, Kyle Williams is way down there, but like, I don't know if we're gonna get him on the wrap after these two because like 134. I mean, yeah, no, we wouldn't get him. So one of these two picks. The second one should probably be Kyle Williams if we want to have some May in there. Anyone else from this group stand out here? Like you've been drafting a lot?
I've been drafting a lot of Trey Harris, but I don't know that he fits super well with this build. Right. I think for me, the pick is Kraft, but I could be sold otherwise. I mean, you get the week 16 and 17 correlation there too. Chicago in 16, Baltimore in 17, which is a nice little bonus. Don't have a tight end yet. I guess we've got Hunter Henry on the back end too, but I think the guy price is really close.
Kraft just went. What an absolute! We're getting sniped here. All right.
I'm probably Goddard, but I could be sold on Kyle Williams too.
No, I think we go Goddard here, and we have one more pick after this, so we can go Goddard and then Williams on the wrap if we want. Where do you stand on the? I think there's a kind of a fun running back group here of like, okay, Kyle Williams on the board. Do you want Kyle?
Sure.
All right, we'll go Kyle Williams. It's definitely a little bit of a reach, but that's fine. It gets our stacks going in the right direction here. There's this fun running back group: Bayshall Tuden, Ray Davis, Isaac Garendo. I mean, do you like this group? Jaden Blue, I guess I think you can kind of throw in that bucket there of like, I just have no idea what their roles are going to be like right now. Just like could literally be the most volatile players in the draft.
Yeah, when you were talking about guys that could just shoot up 5 or 6 rounds, Tuden was the guy that came to mind for me. Yeah, I mean, ETN could be traded at any point. I mean, I know they came out and said they're not going to, but kind of the drumbeat is he's not there for long. Bigsby is kind of a plotter, just 1-2 guy. Tuden can absolutely fly, game-changing speed. Seen what Liam Cohen did with the Bucs last year, and backs like that, receiving guys. I don't know. For me, he's an easy upside pick there. Blue, I mean, I guess I get the bull case that they have nothing else, but I think we've seen the they have nothing else argument fail a million times.
Every time, basically.
Yeah. The guy didn't even have the starting job at Texas until injuries happened. He got benched for fumbling. I mean, I know he's got the electric speed and all that, and maybe they use him out of the backfield a little bit, but we'll see. The Cowboys were content running Ezekiel Elliott into the line. I mean, obviously, just different coaching staff, but we've seen it.
Yeah, I'm like skeptical that they're able to run the ball at all. To be honest, like I don't think that. Like I think they're going to try, but I just don't think it's going to work. Like I don't think that their O-line is good enough. I don't think that Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, even Jaden Blue are good enough. And even if one of them gets like a bigger role, like I'm sure the other guys are still going to mix in to some extent. So yeah, I'd much rather go with like Tuden, who has a ton of upside. Could be a straight 0 if he's behind Bigsby or keeps fumbling, and I think that all that's still a possibility. But the upside, it's all about the upside.
Yeah, exactly.
We're drafting to win $2 million. We're not drafting, to come in like 5th place or 4th place. We got to advance out of the pot at least.
Right. I mean, I'm not even super concerned about advancing out of the pot. If the team is sick and it comes 3rd, I guess it doesn't really matter. But first or last. But I think the final round for DraftKings is like over 1,000 people in it. So you really have to have the absolute stone nuts, pure upside with every pick. So
yeah, that's a good point. Have you been taking any Luther Burden? Because he's not a guy that I've really been fond of so far. Even in like Bears stacks, I haven't really taken too much of him.
Yeah, he's an only on DraftKings guy for me. He goes like 20 picks later on over here, so I'll get a little of him here just because I'm drafting a couple different places. So trying to spread out the exposure a little bit, but definitely like what you're saying about Moore. And if Burden's not getting on the field, you've got all these negative comments from coaching staff and all this saying he's got to be healthy, he's got to be there, got to be learning. I guess he's another like we'll see in training camp kind of guy. So
right, yeah, like I feel like they have a lot of options, like between him and Loveland they added, who like they drafted even higher. Like I think they could play a lot more 12 personnel, which would obviously just bump probably Burden right off the field immediately. I think then it's going to be DJ Moore and Rome in two wide receiver sets. So like I just like don't know how much he's going to play, and then he's already like injured. He doesn't know the playbook. Like maybe, but again, it could be a late season thing. Like I don't think this is a bad range to take him though. Like at 140s, like I think the upside is there.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, 120s on the underdog. I don't know if I love. All right, we're 2 picks away here. Tuden and Garendo are both on the board, and Jaden Blue. We only have 3 running backs. I think this is a great spot to take at least 1 running back here.
Agreed.
Also, Hollywood Brown I saw go way earlier in the draft. All right, I think we take Tuden here. I'm very surprised he fell. All right, let's do that. I also wouldn't even mind one of these two, Grendo or Blue on the wrap. We did take Tuden, so we probably don't want Bigsby. He double tapped running back, of course. What did that? Okay. Any takes here? We're at build wise 2, 4, 6, 1.
Yeah.
Tight ends. Oh God, gross. We can go Hunter Henry, but we can get him on probably get him on the next wrap, or we can just go with him here.
I just take him here. Him or Hollywood. Either way.
What do we have wide receiver wise? Let's lock in Henry here. We're overdrafting the Patriots, but it's fine. It's
all right.
We're drafting where they should be going, anyways. At least we're drafting them; they should be much higher.
Rabona King draft. I'm not super concerned about it, but
yeah. Let's see here. Rabona King. Hope you guys didn't have too much Rasheed. I don't know how much Rasheed I had. Did you have a lot?
I think it was right about 8%. So right with the yes.
Wow. Are you a flat exposure guy? Do you do flat exposure? Or you got some player takes?
I'll definitely have some player takes within the different tiers, but like first couple of rounds, if a guy falls to me and if it's correlated, then I'll give him a slight edge, but otherwise I'll try and stay pretty flat. When it gets to the later rounds and it's not as much opportunity cost, I'll start hammering some guys or rotate some guys through. I think a lot of times, again, purely anecdotal take, but with the news and drumbeat stuff, training camp, people don't chase guys up enough. They think like, oh, he's gone up 2 rounds from like the 17th to the 15th. I can't take him anymore. And you should just be hammering him all the way up.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, that's very fair. Like you're just basically saying the steam is not steaming enough.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good take there. I guess so. Like you said, relatively flat. Like, give me a range. Like, what will your highest owned player be like percentage wise? You don't tell me which player. Just like what percentage wise would be your highest owned guy? You think?
I mean, I'll have guys up to 20, maybe like high teens, 20%, something like that. So I'm definitely not afraid to rip some player takes, but it's got to be the right spot. Otherwise, I mean, there's going to be enough teams where spread it out evenly and get a nice, comfy exposure blanket.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that makes sense. If you're doing as many drafts as you are, like you have to be doing, you have to be somewhat flat. Otherwise, like one injury, like just something random happening, you can be right. I mean, I was really overweight on Rashee Rice last year, and I felt amazing about it for like 2 weeks because I was scooping up all those like sixth rounder. I was like, I'm going to make so much money this year, and yeah, obviously Mahomes said otherwise. So, went in on that. Let's hear. We got another RPS logo in the chat. Bink King, what's up, 4-4? What's up, man? Is John Daigle still around? He is at Established to Run now. We still love Daigle. He was on the show I think a couple weeks ago, but he's a DTR, So with our buddy Silva and Levitan and everyone having a good time over there. I love when the RPS guys hop in the chat. Steve's usually hanging around. I think he's at a wedding this weekend in Montana. It's an interesting place to be. Can't say I've ever been to Montana. You ever been to Montana?
No, I can't ever think of. I mean, I don't even know why I would go to Montana. I guess a wedding would be the reason.
Yeah, pretty much.
Half a day to get out there too.
Yeah, awful.
Yeah.
All right, we're at 2-4-6-2. I'm assuming we're going to want to go with like a 3-6-8-3 build. That's just like it's the missionary build. It's the standard. Let's see here.
We're setting up for a little dark backstack here, just like you wanted.
I was about to say, what do you think? Like, I mean, this is it's not crazy. I mean, we can wait even like way longer for him even still. I don't mind Rodgers backdoor stacks. We haven't really set anything else up with like DK or anything though, but yeah, at this point, you're just throwing darts, really. Like, I've taken some more Pat Bryant than, like usual. But, again, I think really whatever here. Any guys you normally take in this range?
Can you click running back for a second? Let's see what that looks like here. I mean, if you're really out on Swift, you go Roshan. I'm not a huge – I guess I would go Shipley here, if anything. The contingent upside there is just massive.
Okay.
But that would be my pick for running back there. Otherwise, I mean, all these wide receivers, maybe Noel, but the rest of them kind of out or ambivalent on. I think there are definitely some good late tight ends that we could go with too.
Yeah, there are a bunch of late tight ends that I really like this year. So I think we can kind of wait another round on that. Do we want to go with – let's go with – I mean, I'll take my guy, Pat Bryant. Do you like Pat Bryant or no? You out on that?
I could be on it.
All right.
I'm terrified of like Devon Vele getting 40% of the routes the first 15 weeks of the year. I don't know.
It's definitely possible. We'll go with Bryant, and then we can do Shipley here in this spot as well. I think Roshan's interesting. I think Braylon Allen might get some more run too. How much that is. I know he's like mostly a touchdown guy, and I don't know if the Jets are going to be scoring many touchdowns. So that's obviously a major problem. And like you said, Shipley's contingent upside is just, massive. It doesn't get much bigger than that. We probably need 2 more running backs at this point.
Kind of a Giddens guy too. I don't really understand that price at all. Feels like he should be up with the other surefire RB2s. I mean,
who, Giddens, you said?
Unless you're a big Khalil Herbert believer, then I don't know.
No, not at this point. I mean, at one point, I thought he was kind of decent. All right. I mean, we're at 2-5-7-2. I think we could do a dart and then add Theo Johnson. We could add. There's that whole group of tight ends that I think are super fun. Not super fun, but interesting and good values. Jawad Johnson, Theo Johnson, Sanders, Ferguson. I really have been taking a lot of. I mean, anyone else I missed there? I think Mason Taylor's kind of. I mean, again, unique, but it's fine.
Yeah, I don't mind Mason Taylor or Freiermuth there as well. Especially if, for whatever reason, Dart goes, we have the out of Freiermuth Rodgers there. But any of those guys you mentioned, I'm good with.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, we got a while till we come back, so we'll see what's there. But not bad. All right, well, this is a different team. Just based on the way the boards felt. Like, again, I haven't had very many end of the round picks here, so this is definitely a different team than I've normally drafted. I don't have a ton of Zay for whatever reason this year. I mean, he normally just goes like kind of early 5th, so I just don't have a ton of him in that range. And then I don't have a ton of Olave either. But now I was listening to Rich Rebar and Ray Summerlin kind of give the case for it, and kind of like, I don't know if I'm in on him, but I'm interested now. At least I'm interested.
Yeah, I've definitely heard some good cases on it, and I think we got some decent value on it too, if I remember, like the 10 spots, something like that. A couple spots.
Yeah. Him and Walker. Yeah, Kenneth Walker. We got, he's normally like a mid-5th guy, mid to early 5th guy, and we got him early 6th. So that's pretty solid there. And then Pollard, you were in on, and I think is a great pick at this point. I mean, they keep talking about working in Spears, but like they just never did it.
Yeah.
So
they said that all last year, and it was 60-40, 70-30. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, 60-40, 70-30. And then, if not more, it was like really. I mean, Pollard largely dominated touches, And then it's kind of like Kyle Shanahan. He talks about like, oh, we want to make sure to give Christian like a break, and then he just jams Christian McCaffrey like 25 times.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Coaches lie all the time. They don't really believe what they say some of the times. And then obviously the Caleb Drake, kind of little stat or duo here. I thought at the turn was pretty solid, and got Kyle Williams to stack there. Got Hunter Henry, so a little backdoor Pat stack. If Diggs is dust or just gets injured, like I think we're in a really good spot with the Pat stuff.
Yeah, I think so. The upside on both Caleb and May too. Really like that.
Yeah, Caleb, DJ Moore. I think that's solid. Would have loved one of Loveland or Burden as well, but that's fine. We'll be okay. We'll survive. And we always got the dart stack waiting for us. That's like
Exactly.
this might be your only dart exposure all year. I have a feeling, right? This is going to be it.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he just takes a job in camp from Russ. Russ was just
all right. Well, let me pull up the here. This is what I keep looking at. I tweeted it out the other day, and I'm looking at. Let's see how many picks we got. So we're up. We got at least a couple, right? Okay, we're good. Okay. All right. So this is like on 4-4. It's like look ahead lines essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So look, the Giants. Just how does he survive past like Philly? Like how does he survive past like Philly or San Fran? Like they're going to be like 1-7 or 2-8 basically. Like
yeah, so maybe they put him in for that home game against Green Bay, or do they wait for after the bye and it's Washington though? That I think it's a big difference, but you still get the playoffs
for sure. Yeah, that's like that's a give and take. It's like I just don't know. Like at some point, like usually these rookie quarterbacks when they end up playing don't last that long. All right, we're almost on the clock here. We can come back to that. Probably do one more running back, one more quarterback. Let's see here. Oh my God, Dart went. Oh no. Look at this. We're definitely getting stream sniped here for sure. Because anytime we bring someone up, we're getting smoked on them. Yeah, he just went earlier this round. All right. So
we couldn't even get Russ.
What do we like? I think we're just done at quarterback.
I think so. No reason to push it.
I would probably go Sanders or Lloyd here at running back.
Yeah, I'm good with either one.
Did we just draft the worst team in the division? Potentially. Just because we just got hey, Drake, May, and Caleb are gonna finish quarterback 1 and 2 and we'll be fine, Anyone else we want to draft here at this point? We're at 6 running backs, 7 wideouts, 2 tight ends. We could add another tight end at this point.
Yeah, we have an extra spot to play around with, so as well.
Right.
I'm probably far removed there, or I'm good to take another running back too. We have the extra spot, and Lloyd's correlated too. I could be sold on Giddens.
What do you want, Lloyd or Giddens? We can do either one.
I go Giddens.
All right, Giddens it is. That is hilarious. This is the exact problem you pointed out though with DraftKings. This is the end of the 17th round, and you have guys going who legit are probably Anthony Richardson in the 16th round. I don't even know if he plays this year. Like
that's like, an absurd draft.
Yeah, like Jackson Dart. Like I'm saying, he probably plays half of the season. Likely at best. Like Russ definitely gets the first 4-5 games. He'll probably beat the Saints. But yeah, that is crazy. That's something. Someone started talking to me about drafting Hunter Renfrow with one of our last picks last time on Carolina. And this Sean Mad 226 over here took Bryce Young and then drafted Jatavian Sanders, Hunter Renfrow. I can't say I've taken very much Renfrow, but it kind of was like, I don't know. I thought about it more. And it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I'm going to need to see it to believe it in camp here.
Well, he was awesome. Remember, he was awesome. And then he got like this like weird illness basically. And then was like, I don't know if it was illness. It was like a disease or something like that. And then, I don't know. Now he's like supposedly back. I think Adam Thielen's just dust. Jalen Coker might not even make the roster. Apparently, again, I don't know if I believe that either because he was great too. He was awesome. He was their best player last year for a while, like best receiver.
I could see Renfrow pulling it, I don't know, coming all the way back, but I could also see him being an all-time remember when bar trivia guy.
Yes, very much. He could be Mike Williams tomorrow. Like he could retire.
Yeah, that would not surprise you at all.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of fun. I don't know. The last 2 rounds of DraftKings drafts,
Hank
I've
Dell.
been, yeah, I've
Jesus.
been trying to scroll down and just like pick players who are not even be drafted a lot of times.
Yeah.
Because why not? All right, one
I
more
mean,
tight end and a receiver probably.
yeah. I mean, if you want to go that route, Ferguson's not bad.
I like Ferguson a lot. I'm in on irrationally. He's one of my higher exposed guys right now.
Okay.
Um, just like the way they talked him up, I thought was really encouraging. The way Sean McVay said, like, oh, he's like my favorite player in the second round. They obviously get him there. He produced on a good offense in college. And I mean, we've seen McVay just like turn these Puka Nacua was a nobody. He was like a 5th round pick. And now he's just like, if anyone can do it, in my opinion, it's Sean McVay and like can just like make something out of, I don't know. I mean, Ferguson is someone, but like for a second round, mid-second round tight end that was supposed to go in like the 3rd or 4th round, to come on would be surprised most people, but I guess I just wouldn't be that surprised to see him be like, I don't know, a day one contributor and like play a lot. So I don't know, like 18th round, 19th round, I think is pretty wild price. I'm not too worried about Higbee either. I think he's kind of just done at this point.
Yeah, kind of just a jag too. Just I mean, we'll see the draft day stuff where they showed how hyped up McVay was. They actually got him, put me over the edge on him a little bit. And like you said, he produced in a great offense in college. I want to say he tested decently well too for the tight end group.
Yeah, he was like fine. I think he didn't run like a 4.6 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in on him, drafting a bunch of him. I think there's also like I think Devontae is still playing well, but Puka hasn't necessarily been like a model of health throughout his career either. So like both of those guys I think are gonna have like a ton of target share, obviously undeniably, but I think he can be that third option in the offense. And maybe score some touchdowns. Like that's touchdowns count. So let's see. All right. So T Ferg, anyone else? I mean, wide receiver, let's get a little wild here.
I know we already have neighbors. So I'm kind of in on Slayton though, as far as these lines to the left.
Are we doing a Giants stack without Jackson Dart? I mean, then we don't have to worry about the quarterback situation. It was always the Giants.
There's absolutely nothing left.
Zacchaeus
believer?
What did you say?
Olivia Zacchaeus?
I mean, maybe. Like, I did actually draft him the other day because I had a Caleb thing. I drafted him. Like, if Burden has any setbacks, like, I think Zacchaeus could play. But if he doesn't, then, like, I don't know. When does he play? All right. First pick. Oh, and someone drafted Terrence Ferguson. I mean, my God, this is crazy. Freiermuth, I guess. Like,
yeah,
we need another tight end. All right. That is crazy. I don't know if I've talked about more guys and gotten sniped. Like this is wild. All right, Slayton or Zacchaeus?
I'm going Slayton here.
All right, we'll go Slayton.
Just got paid. He's for sure getting some targets.
He's gonna play. He's gonna run routes. I think he'll be, just be running deep.
July team round 20, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that could be like a 17th round pick at some point. Like, I would prefer him to like, I don't know, Jalen Tolbert probably 1-to-1. Maybe that's crazy to say, but
Tank Dell, Ray.
Yeah,
I think any of those guys. Two
Renfro, I'd almost certainly rather have Slayton than Renfro right now.
Yeah, Demarcus Robinson's kind of a wild pick too. I don't know. Normally, I try and be done with receiver by then. We kind of got boxed out at running back. Had put some firepower in there, and there are so many running back darts you can sell yourself on those last couple of rounds that will probably be zeros. So I think, if we're going to talk positively about getting sniped on all these guys, we know Freiermuth and Slayton, and more than likely Giddens are not going to be zeros. Which, again, for a July team, if we have 20 guys that are usable throughout or on week 1, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, totally. I think that's a great call, and we have a ton of contingent upside. I think Sanders, is probably not a zero at all, and like Giddens, again, obviously anything happens to Jonathan Taylor, Shipley, anything happens to the Eagles. It's funny because like my strategy one of my main strategies in season-long leagues where I'm like managing it is like to jam as many of these guys as possible. Like take a bunch of receivers early. Take maybe 1 or 2 running backs. Like I love hero RB and then just figure out RB2 and then take like 6 contingent upside guys. Like, because like all he takes is one injury and you're basically cooking. Yeah. Any other comments on any of these guys? Like, I feel like it's a solid draft. Obviously we got sniped like legit 6 or 7 times on guys that we were talking about right before, which I've done these streams where I think we're, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 in this year. And that's happened to us like once, but not like 6 times in the draft.
Yeah, you guys got to set up on a little delay or something. I don't know.
Maybe you just brought in the stream. Like, did you tell all your buddies to like hop in here and like, hop in the draft and like they're waiting for us or what? Like, this is
apparently, yeah. But I mean, drafts like this are good sometimes too, because there are a lot of guys that I think you were saying it too, that you don't normally draft or get to the opportunity to take just because like the snap, like, oh, this guy at this turn is someone I always take, so it's good for that reason. But I mean, totally. I think we ended up with a pretty good team. I think 3 quarterbacks definitely optimal, like you said, but it is what it is.
We just need May and Caleb to carry us, which is not that unreasonable. I mean, people win with like, weird teams all the time. So it's not that crazy. And then obviously our tight end room is a little bit interesting as well. I don't mind it actually. Goddard, Henry, and then, Freiermuth late is not bad. And then we already talked about the contingent upside running backs. And then wide receivers, again, very, I don't know, unique room. Like, I feel like there's just a ton of juice here with like volume and then, upside with Kyle Williams and maybe more volume with Pat Bryant. Who knows? I mean, Sean Payton compared to Michael Thomas. So who am I to tell him that he's wrong? I'm gonna believe Sean Payton on Pat Bryant, but not believe him on Jaleel McLaughlin because that is my right. So.
I mean, if we got in the 15th round, we're cooking. So
exactly. Awesome, man. Cool. Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate you coming on. I don't know if you got any other content coming up or if, tell the people where they can find you on Twitter and everything like that.
No other content. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, if you want to follow me, I'll spout off some takes on Twitter, just at Chris Carlton. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the lobbies in DK, and we'll draft some teams.
Yeah, we might have to run this back again later in the summer and do one again before the football season. See our drafts compare notes here. And as a reminder, don't miss out on DraftKings draft one get one offer here. Enter a lineup like we did today in the $15 million basketball contest for $20 and get another one for free for a share of $15 million. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. And I will be back next week with another awesome guest, TBD there. And for Chris, I'm Connor. See you all next week.